Jonga Kandemiiri is in Silver Spring, and I am in Pattersville. So we're operating from our own houses, and this is the new way that we're doing things. So, Jonga, how are you there?
I'm doing fine, Gibbs. How are you today?
No, I'm very good. So this is live talk. And now people cannot join us, unfortunately, except during the pre-recorded show. They can always join us, and then they make their own contributions. So today we are talking about the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. So we see that in Zimbabwe, there are so many things that are happening there. And one of them is, there's a machine that has been installed in the city of Kings and Queens, that is Bulawayo, for testing people suspected to have coronavirus COVID-19. So we are not quite certain whether that machine was used today, but indications are that is going to start operating. So we are happy that we have got some two guests that will talk to us about some of these things. But before that, we know that Jonga, there are roughly about 1,863,406 people that have been infected, worldwide. And out of these people, there are roughly about 115,222 that have been killed by the virus. In USA alone, there are roughly about 557,590 who are actually having this coronavirus COVID-19. And out of those people, 22,109 have been killed by the disease. When you look at Zimbabwe, there are 14 cases and 3 people have so far died. So ke zurukanda balamhlake siyahlangana njalo kuhlelo lo live talk lapho sikhuluma khona ke umkhuhlane weCoronavirus. Jonga, ukubona njani konke lokho?
Ndizvo Gibbs Dube ari kumba kwake ku Bettonsville muno mudunhu reMaryland. Ini ndiri kumbawo kwangu kuSilver Spring muMaryland zvakare. Inyaya yekuti dambudziko rechirwere cheCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus pandemic raita kuti tinge tichishanda tiri kudzimba kwedu. Saka naizvozvo tichange tichikurukura nemi, asi tine urombo kuti hamukwanisi kupinda muchirongwa chedu semazuva ose sezvatinosiita kuti mune muchiti kana mune mubvunzo muchida kubvunza vadare vedu munopinda muchirongwa muchibvunza. Nekuda kwekuti hatikukwanisa kunge tichibroadcasta kana kutepfenyura tiri kumastudio kwedu kumuzinda wedu weVoice of America, tichange tichiita yatinoti pre-record kana kufanira kubikira ichirongwa tozokupakurirai. Asi tinotarisirawo kuti imi kwamuri ikoko muchadzidzawo zvakawanda kubva muchirongwa chino. Tinoona kuti vanhu vanodarika milioni nemazana masere ezviuru 1.8 million pasi rose vari kunzi vakabatwa nechirwere ichochi. Pavanhu ivavo vanodarika 115,000 kana kuti 115 rezviuru vakashaya pasi rose kubva kuchirwere ichocho zvakare. Tinoona kuti dambudziko iroro rabatawo zvakanyanya nzvimbo yatiri kana nyika yatiri ino yeAmerica, uko kune vanhu vanodarika zviuru 22,000 vashaya, uye vanodarika 500,000 kana kuti 500,000 vabatwa nechirwere ichocho muno muAmerica. Iyi nyaya huru iyoyo Gibbs. Tinoona kuti kuZimbabwe sezvawataura vari kuedza nepose pavanogona kuti vange vachiongorora chirwere ichi kana kutesta zvaita kuti vange vachivhura mushina wauri kutaura wekubulawayo. Tichanzwa nhasi nevadaro vedu kuti zviri kuenda mberi sei.
Yes, singakangenisi abahlonitshwa bethu sila abantu ababili asebengene ku live stream yethu. Okuqala ke ubaba uMbuso Mhlanga ukhona ngale ke eGoli. Baba Mbuso Mhlanga, siyakubona khonapho sungenile khonapha ke kuhlelo. Ungabe utshona njani baba?
Hayi Gibbs, mina ngitshonile, wena utshona kanjani khona ngapho?
Sitshone kahle sibili. Akuthi uthi khona ngapho ke eGoli uhamba njani khona?
Ya, ama-statistics akhuphuka nje, but lokho kube ne-lockdown kusho ukuthi uyangizwa kahle?
Yes, siyakuzwa kahle sibili. Jonga lawe siyakuzwa khona ngapho. So ke
ngithi mina lokho kube ne-lockdown, ama-statistics even mayikhuphuka asakhuphuki like before i-lockdown nje, akhuphuka but mhlawumbe uthi ngapha thina sisase ku pre-winter season, uyabona, asikangene lana okuyikho kune-flu season khona, yabona.
Yeah, kodwa abantu balandela yini khona okufuna nguhulumende?
balandela abantu yes but bakhona abangafuni ukulandela uyazi ukuthi vele lana kunabantu khona abanye bazabe besenza okumele bakwenze ngomthetho kodwa kunabanye vele abazitshela ukuthi le akusiyo into yabantu abamnyama.
Yes, siyakuzwa Mhlanga, phosela ukucina khonapho ke mzala, siyakuzwa kakhulu.
Yeah, Gibbs bemfuna ukukhomenta ngale ndaba yaseZimbabwe. Siyabona abantu bayabhala lana kubo Facebook ukuthi statistics eseZimbabwe leyana is not correct.
Yes, siyakuzwa Jonga, just hold on 1 second siyabuya kuwe.
Yeah, because I can't see the is it Mr. Dube you are speaking with? I can't see him.
I know, don't worry. Okay. In. So ke usathi Mhlanga amafutshane khona.
Bengithi mina ama-statistics la akhulunywa eZimbabwe la. Mina I think those people are on the ground. Yibo ababonayo abaziyo futhi. But it seems abantu abanengi bathi ama-statistics lana akho correct. So I don't know ukuthi bakutsho ngaliphi. If asithi mina nginomuntu wami ngiyamazi onama-symptoms awe-COVID lawo. Why ngingamusi ayecheckwa ukwenzela ukuthi if positive naye abe yi-statistic. Then ukuthi abantu bathi hayi akusoqiniso lokhana okwenzakala laphana but bengatsho ukuthi nanga umuntu ogulayo sinaye siyambona unayo i-COVID.
Yeah, hayi siyakuzwa. So
okugcina bemfuna ukukusho ukuthi yabona abantu abasoze basafe ngokufanayo eZimbabwe. We have already suffered enough previously ngokwenzakala ezweni but for now mhlawumbe uNkulunkulu ungenele that's why le sufferance ingathi incane. Akhona amanye amazwe excluding iZimbabwe asasene zero in Africa, so we can't question them ukuthi why bona bengalalutho, you understand? So that means what is there is there. And remember, in Zimbabwe there are not many people who are flying in from outside the country into Zimbabwe, unlike lana South Africa whereby corona came labantu ababevela emazweni which are already infected, yabo.
Yeah, baba Mhlanga siyakuzwa sibili, sibonge kakhulu ukuthi uhlala ubuya khona mpa ke enkundleni yethu. Ungathula kusasa eMhlanga baba.
Sure, Gibbs.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Yeah, so now I think we are joined by our two guests, and that is Dr. Frenk Guni and Mr. Mlungisi Dube. Mr. Mlungisi Dube is a civil society leader based in the city of Kings and Queens, and that is Bulawayo. So, Dr. Guni, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good evening, listeners in Zimbabwe.
And Mr. Dube, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, Jonga, go ahead, sir.
Yes, Mr. Dube, we understand that the presidential decree to call for the lockdown or the 21-day lockdown was to try and curb the spread of the COVID-19 disease or coronavirus. But many people are said to be defying that ban or that order. And we have witnessed through the police that more than 5,000 people have been arrested so far who have disobeyed the order. What can you tell us what's going on the ground there?
I think the number one challenge is that Zimbabwe is a very highly informalized economy. So a lot of people are surviving from hand to mouth. So as a result of the lockdown, some of these people, they will always find a means of trying to navigate and try to make ends meet. And you also will realize that Zimbabwe was already facing challenges. For example, basic things like roller meal. They were in short supply, even shut down. Remember, at one time, the president set up what was called the roller meal committee. So it meant that when the country descended into this pandemic of the COVID-19, we already facing a number of challenges. So it meant that a lot of people were bound to defy, or by default, they were forced to find means of surviving outside that decree, the 21 days decree. So that was the unfortunate part.
Dube.
Yes, Dr. Guni, tell us about these machines that are being installed in at Phambili Hospital. What are they? Do people have to go there to get tested? What's going to happen?
Well, it's very simple. These are called PCR machines. These are machines that actually look at the genomic structure of the virus. In other words, they identify...
Yes. Go ahead, Guni.
In other words, they identify that you are carrying the virus by picking on the RNA of the virus itself. These are highly accurate machines. They have a 99.9% accuracy rate and between 93 and 96 specificity rate. So they are the most accurate tests that are available worldwide. And we know that currently in Harare, there's only one place, the National Reference Laboratory, where all tests are being conducted. But as of Saturday, the PCR machine in Mlungisi has been set up. I believe they were just waiting for reagent assays in order to start testing there, which is a very good development. I'm also aware that the National Task Force on COVID-19 in Zimbabwe is right now distributing about 167 machines throughout the country in all the provinces and districts. This is a good improvement because it will enable mass testing of people. And to answer your question, the other part of your question, people don't have to go there. People just need to get their samples collected by trained health personnel, and these samples will be sent to these facilities where tests will be conducted. The only a little bit of disadvantage on these machines is that it takes longer periods of time to come up with the results. It takes about 6 hours for a PCR testing cycle to come up with the results of COVID-19 testing. Similar to that, we are aware that Zimbabwe will also roll out rapid testing kits. These are point-of-care tests. They are serology tests. They are different in the sense that these ones actually look for antibodies. In other words, they are only helpful if you are infected and they are already producing antibodies to fight the virus. These give you results within a matter of 15 minutes. However, there could be some challenges in the sense that if your body has not yet started producing antibodies to the virus, you could get a negative result from the serology test, which is the antibody test. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have the virus. It just means that your body has not yet started responding to the virus that's in your system. So there is always a risk of false negatives. And to curb for that, we are aware that Zimbabwe is following World Health standards, which means that if you get a serology test or an antibody test, that sample has to be sent again to the PCR testing facility to confirm that you are actually negative, because the PCR machine picks on the RNA of the virus itself rather than the antibodies. So in short, that's how it works.
Thank you so much, Jonga. Over to you there.
Yes, the problem is I was not seeing Dr. Guni, neither hearing him. So maybe you can just give me the
what you are
background.
saying is that, these machines that were actually installed at Phambili Hospital, they work this way. So people get their samples collected, and then everything is done at that central hospital where it will be determined whether somebody is coronavirus positive or coronavirus negative. So it works in a way that samples are collected from the ground and then are tested in that laboratory. So he says it works out very well. So he says these are standard machines that are used, and these are actually good machines. Somebody can get a result, after about 6 hours. So khonapho ke zurukandaba uyatsho ubaba Frenk Guni ukuthi khona okwenzakalayo ukuthi abantu nxa ukuthi bengathathwa ke abakuthathayo khonapho sokuhanjiswa khona ngale empilo lapho kulemtshina khona emitsha lapho ke okuhluzwayo khona bese kudingisiswa ke ukuthi kambe kuyaphumani nxa ucoronavirus positive kumbe ucoronavirus negative amahola ayisithupha angajaya kube sekukutshengisile ukuthi kumanjani so kunjalo ke Jonga.
Hongu tiri kunzwa kuti kune michina mitsva iri kutaurwa naDr. Guni iri kunzi iri kuMphilo Hospital. Ndinoimba michina iri kunzi miviri kana ndisiri kukanganisa.
Ikanya ingazani mbili. Singazi Dr. Guni, do they have 2 machines or 1? What are they saying?
Yes, but what is important is that the machines are not, as of yesterday, they were not yet able to conduct the test because they were waiting for reagents, the appropriate cartridges and reagents in order to start the testing. And it's important to emphasize that we are going to have 167 machines dotted throughout the country. It's not just going to be in Philo and Harare. They are going to be in every district. They are going to be in every province. And this will greatly improve our ability to do surveillance in the sense that we will be able to test many, many people throughout the country. And this will help Zimbabwe map out where the epidemic is spreading and to re-engineer its response based on the results. It will also, most importantly, help us to design models on the projections of how the epidemic will develop in Zimbabwe and how we may better be able to respond to it. One of the reasons why you hear a lot of people complaining that we have very low numbers, we have tested 567 people throughout Zimbabwe so far. The problem is that we only have one reference laboratory, which is based in Harare. And all the tests throughout the country, they are being sent there. And this laboratory was never designed to handle such a high volume of samples at the same time. And besides that, it also still has to test its regular daily samples that are sent there for other diseases. So this new intervention by the government of Zimbabwe of ensuring that 167 more machines will be available throughout Zimbabwe is a great improvement. In addition, like I said, there will be serology point of care or rapid test kits that will also be made available to the community. So we're going to see a sea change in about 2 weeks or so.
Oh, yes, wonderful. So, Jonga, what Mr. Guni is saying is that, instead of centralizing everything in Harare, it was far much better to have another machine in Bulawayo. So he says, hopefully, there will be more machines going to the provinces. So if you don't have earphones, Jonga, I think you may look for earphones, then we try to see what happens next so that you can hear them.
But if you bring him on the screen, I can hear what he's
saying.
Okay. Like Mr. Dube now, I can hear him if you talk.
That's right. So, okay. Then we've got uBabu Dube. Babu Dube, uzwile lapha uBabu Guni yakhuluma. Uthi khona imtshina leyi izanceda ukuthi abantu bebonakala ukuthi low positive, low negative, low unjani njani. So ungathini ngakhona kuDube?
Ngokuchasisa kukaDokotela uNguni laphana khanya kuzabe into enhle kakhulu ngoba wonke umuntu kade khathazeka kakhulu ukuthi lokhu kwaqalisa lo mkhuhlane ama numbers abantu esetestiwe eZimbabwe nje ukuthi esikhangelelena le number yabo 500 600 okuyi number encane kakhulu okutshengisa ukuthi nxa sikhangele ipopulation yeZimbabwe nxa sebenzisa inamba encane kangako okutshengisa ukuthi kulabantu akade bekhuthwa njalo sibe sinanzelela ukuthi kulabantu akade besithi bengaya ezibhedlela betshela ukuthi buyela endlini uye ku-isolation uzathu suphenduka. So njengokuchasisa kaDokotela lokho kuthi kuyakhuthaza ukubana nxa sokusiya phambili kabe sokusenza ukuthi wonke umuntu ozibona ngathi oyesabela ukuthi ngabe lo mkhuhlane ekwanisa ukuthi ehlolwe kuthathwe amanyathelo kusasemasinyane kungakawonakali kakhulu.
So briefly, can you tell people how you are reacting to this kind of new installation in Bulawayo for testing people for coronavirus? So just briefly.
Okay, I think as the Dr. Nguni has already alluded to, that that will be a very positive development in terms of decentralization, because as we have already seen from the previous cases where there were people who were being turned away, and of course with that patient whose results only came after they passed away. So if there is going to be decentralization, I think that will go a long way in helping the government in helping the country to curb the spread of this disease. So I think in brief, that is a very positive development.
So now, Dr. Guni, we saw over the weekend, you know, Themba Mliswa actually complaining, saying that, you know, what is happening in the country is not good, because according to him, the testing, I mean, the commodities, or let me say the equipment that is supposed to be used, or let me say even soap and all these kind of things, are not reaching the intended beneficiaries. So he was talking to, you know, Mrs. Monica Mtswangwa, who is the information minister. So can you hear what he said? Just 1 second, he'll be there. Then you can hear exactly what angered him and why he was saying what he said.
Have they got?
Sorry, this is my second time. I think you missed the last time. Can you just sit down?
We can't hear what he said, but I saw the videos.
Okay, just on this one.
Yeah, okay, so it's coming in. Just hold on 1 second.
Correct.
Okay.
In saying that we cannot compromise ourselves, and I think what we have done, the frontline staff are compromised, and they're not supported. Sipo yacho itaura na Honorable Ziyambi. Hurumende yavapa here sipo yacho nekuti havana sipo yacho yatikutaura kuti ndio yacho iri kudiwa. Saka zvavari kutaura frontline tipei sipo tinoita basa. Ngatipei vanhu sipo kana tichinzi tiri national task force tiri hurumende, ipai vanhu zvinhu kuti vashande nazvo, not kuti muda kuchinja mutemo futi. But amai Mtswangwa, indiri kutaura chokwadi tine matambudziko ku ground. Hapana chamuri kupa vanhu kuti vashandise. Mo expecta kuti vanhu vashande, handina kuyapamba kuzogutlika. Ndawapamba kuzotaura zviri pa ground. Isusu ina spent $2,000 of my own money because I have to cover. Okay, but what we are saying, national task force yacho resource yainayo yekupa vanhu ivava ndeipi? Kana vasina, why do you want to put people at risk? I'm a legislator, and the enforcement does not allow us to put people at risk. That's what I'm saying. Kana mati vanhu vaende ku risk vasina zvinhu, tauraika toza kuti compliance haina basa. We must support the people through government, giving people the right things. We cannot be sketchy about this. No, but respond to that. Do we have the resources to give the frontline staffers? You are national task force. If you don't have, let's have the provincial.
There you are, Guni. This one is breathing fire, you know. So what's your reaction to that?
Well, a couple of things. The first thing is that he has good intentions, and his points are very important to the nation, because we cannot put our frontline responders, starting with our ambulance operators, our rapid response teams that go and visit people in their homes, people who make the calls, and going to our medical facilities, starting from the nurses, the clerks, everybody who works at any institution or a medical facility must have adequate protections.
Yes, I can hear you.
But I still have headphones on. I can't hear.
Okay,
can you bring him on the screen?
He's on the screen, Jonga.
I can't see him.
All right, let him finish. Go ahead.
So it's very important that our medical staff, they all must have adequate protective equipment. They must have PPE, and the medical facilities themselves must not become a danger to the people who are supposed to be serving the nation. It's imperative that the government avails adequate protections for all health workers, because once you get health workers exposed, then you are putting the whole country in much more danger than necessary. So MP Honorable Mliswa has good intentions. However, there are also some practical issues there that must be considered. But the fact that the point that I wanted to mention here is that his intentions are very good. Yes, I'm aware that Vice President Kembo Mohad, who is the chairman of the COVID-19, met with the senior doctors in Harare, and he made commitments that the government will make these PPEs available. They must be made available yesterday. We don't have a minute or a day to wait. These must be available to all health workers, not just doctors, not just nurses, but even clerks who work at these hospitals, even cleaners, and especially our rapid response teams that go out in the communities, our ambulance, our EMTs, all those people, they must be properly protected, because if we don't protect them, then we will be killing the very people who are supposed to be saving the nation.
Yes, thank you.
They might end up infecting many more people.
Yes, thank you so much. What Guni is saying here, Jonga, is that, Mlungisi has got good intentions, but then there are challenges on the government side, there are challenges all over. So, but he says, there should be a way of tackling those kind of challenges. So he's of the opinion that, of course, there's a task force on coronavirus, which is trying to tackle all these things. And this is Vice President Kembo Mohadi, which is the whole committee, is trying by all means to, make sure that things flow, they just go according to their plans. So he's saying good intentions, but there are challenges here and there.
You know what I see, Dube, here, is that there is no communication between stakeholders. Mlungisi is a member of parliament. He is someone who should be in the know of what the task force is doing or what the government is doing. And if the task force visits his area, his constituents, without him knowing what's the background of their visit, what they have at the moment, then it shows that there is a missing link between the legislators and the government. They should be working hand in hand. I don't know what Mr. Dube thinks, but Mr. Dube, you are in the civic society. What do you think?
Yes, I think I agree with you that there is a need for more transparent communication between the various stakeholders. That is the central government, the executive, and the legislators. They need to be more open, even with the civic society and the media. People need to be informed of what is really happening on the ground, because this is something which is a threat to everyone. Everyone is interested to know what is being done by the government, what steps are being done to protect lives.
So, yes, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask Dr. Guni if he can just explain in Shona about the new machines at Mpilo for the benefit of our Shona listeners. Though I'm not hearing him.
No, that's fine. Yes,
he can explain, and then you can cue me.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Guni. Can you explain?
Wongu tingati muchidimbu mishina yaiswa kuMpilo ma-PCR machines ya mishina yakakosha zvikuru, ndiyo mishina inokwanisa kuongorora kuti munhu ane utachiona hweCovid-19 here. Mishina iyi yakakoshera pakuti inoona kana kuti inovheneka virus pachayo, inovheneka chipandi chevirus inonzi RNA. Ndiyo mishina inoshandiswa pasi rese, nyika dzese dzakabudirira dzinoshandisa mishina iyoyo. Saka mishina yakakosha zvikuru kwazvo. Pari zvino Zimbabwe yese matest eCovid-19 anga achingoitwa kuHarare chete, kuNational Reference Microbiology Laboratory. Zvinoreva kuti haikwanise kutesta vanhu vanofanira kunge vachiongororwa kuti vane utachiona here. Saka nekuti mishina iyi yakutanga kuendeswa kune matunhu, kumaprovinces nekumadistricts sezvaitwa kuMpilo, zvichabatsira zvikuru kwazvo kuti nyika yese iwane mukana yekuti ava vanofanira kunge vachiongororwa kuti vakatakura utachiona here vaongororwe, vagobviswa mune vanhu vakawanda kuitira kuti vasaramba vachitapurira vanhu vakawanda utachiona uhu. Chinhu chakakosha, idanho guru ratorwa irori. Ndingadawo zvakare kupedza kana kuti kupeta ndichiti, besides iwo ma-PCR machines atiri kutaura, hurumende yeZimbabwe tinoziva kuti musondo riri kuuya iri ichatanga kuendesa anonzi ma-rapid testing kits kana kuti ma-point of care kits. Aya makits aya anoita inonzi serology test, kana kuti anotesta kuona kuti muviri wako iwewe munhu wakugadzira here masoja ekurwisana neutachiona hweCovid-19. Saka anobatsira zvikuru, zvichabatsira kuti tive nemuono kuti munyika chirwere chakatekeshera zvakadii uye chakawandira kupi, kuitira kuti hurumende nemunhu wese ari muZimbabwe tigobatsirana kuti tirwise chirwere chino, kuti chirwere chinoafekta munhu wese, hachisi chinonzi chinofanira kuitwa nehurumende chete kana nemapoliticians. Munhu wese ane basa rekudzivirira nekurwisa chirwere ichochi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Guni. So he's saying that, everybody should fight against this coronavirus, COVID-19. by all means necessary. So he says those machines are very critical in actually tackling the protection of people. So he says that's one line of protection, you know, to say, know your status, are you positive for coronavirus, COVID-19 or not? So now, Jonga, when we look at some of these issues, we know that, you know, these days some people are being arrested by the police for saying or doing all these other things, and some of them were actually arrested in Chinoi. So we've got a police spokesperson, Priscilla Makotore. So she's got something to say. Let's just listen and hear what she says.
In general, we have about 150 who are failing to comply. The modus that we have been really using is to persuade people to go back home. But sometimes when you face resistance and someone cannot justify why they are moving around, then we have to enforce the statutory instrument. We make arrests. And so far the province has arrested 150 of those. We have also arrested 50 people who are behaving disorderly, just to cause havoc. And then we have also had other, maybe not so much related arrests, like people who are carrying more than the allowed number of people in cars. When we talk to them and they are not complying, then we are forced again to make arrests. And we have arrested 20 of those. In total, we have made a total of 270 arrests.
Yes, so what she's saying is that they've arrested some people, you know, 150 people arrested for failing to comply with the regulations. And she's saying that there are some people who are just cantankerous, you know, by nature. They just do what they want. They just go wherever, you know. They violate regulations. They violate all the laws of the country. And this is a problem, according to the police spokesperson for Chinoi. So she's saying, at the end of the day, it's a challenge for the police to handle some of these things. So as far as she's concerned, some people are a menace, and that's a problem. So
yes, that's true, Dube. And you know, I think it's the nature of human beings. You know, even when we were growing up, you know, you could just say, "Let me try what these people are saying. Don't do." Just for the sake of trying to see what will happen next. But, you know, those things, they have fatal consequences if you consider those people who are moving around, either they are positive or they are going to get in contact with people who are positive, and then the spread of the virus will be, like, uncontrollable. And Gibbs, I saw one of our viewers and listeners who is following us on I think on your Facebook page, Mr. Kevin Sifiso Malunga. He said 21 days may not be enough, given that the virus is only starting in the region. Botswana has adopted a 6-month state of emergency, and he is saying that Zimbabwe should also do something that can try to contain a long-term measure to contain the spread of the virus. What does Mr. Dube say to this? He's one of our followers who is suggesting that 21 days is not enough. And also we heard at one time Dr. Manangazira saying that some of the people who were tested early. It might be that the virus was not yet detectable in their bodies. What do you say, Mr. Dube?
I think it's a legitimate concern to say that 21 days might not be enough. Considering that we have been told that sometimes it takes some time, maybe 10 days, for that virus to show up in your body. So some of the people, for example, when the announcement was made for the lockdown, a lot of people rushed to go to rural areas. So there could be a possibility that some of those people were put in a risk, that is, they could have infected some of the people. So I think during that period of 21 days, given that there were very little testing that was being done during that period, we might need some more time, some additional time, so that as the doctor has already said that the government is rolling out maybe a massive testing program. So maybe with a massive testing program which is being done parallel to the lockdown, I think there could be that could be a better thing. But now the major challenge probably, as I have already said earlier, that the problem of an informalized economy, that how are the people who are earning their living on a hand-to-mouth basis, or those who are working on an informal basis. And some of the companies were already saying that they will not be able to, let's say, pay people maybe for the next month. So that will be a challenge. It depends like on what the government can do. Can the government maybe roll out a cash payment program or some sort of a social welfare program so that the people can survive during that additional time?
Yes, I think now we are joined by our third guest, and that is Honorable Themba Mliswa of Norton. Honorable Themba Mliswa, welcome to the program, sir. Hello, can you hear us, Honorable Themba Mliswa? Hello, Honorable Mliswa, can you hear me? I think he's trying to fix his
machine. I can see it. Yes, I can see the pictures there. But while we are waiting for Honorable Mliswa, maybe I can just explain in Shona what Mr. Dube and our follower there, Mr. Kevin Sifiso Malunga, said for the benefit of our Shona listeners. Sifiso Malunga, varikutiwo mazuva makumi maviri nerimwe kana 21 days dzakatarwa nemutungamiri wenyika kuti dzinge dziri vanhu vachigara mudzimba vasingafambi senzira yekudzivirira kupararira kweCoronavirus. Dzinogona kunge dziri shoma pachitariswa kuti chirwere ichi chakunge chakuti tangei kusimuka mudunhu reSouthern Africa kana muSADC muregion. Vari kutiwo Botswana yakaona mberi yakaisa mutemo wekuti vanhu vange vari vasingafambe kwemwedzi mitanhatu ndevakati 6 months state of emergency. Saka vanofunga kuti mazuva makumi maviri nerimwe mashoma zvinove zvatsigirwa navaDube vatiinawo pachirongwa vaMlungisi Dube vari kuBulawayo. Vari kutaurawo kuti nemaonero avo zvinogona kuti mazuva ayo mashoma sezvo pachinzi chirwere chinogona kuzotanga kuonekwa utachiwana pamunhu mushure memazuva anokwana kuita 10 kana kuti 10 days. Asi vari kuti dambudziko hombe nderekuti vazhinji vanorarama nekuzvishandira nemaoko, informal employment, zvichireva kuti mari yaanowana pazuva ndo yaanobva angodya manheriwa kana zuva iroro. Dai paine urongwa hwekuti hurumende inge ichibatsira vanhu zvaigona kushanda, ndo zvataurwa navaDube. Back to you, Gibbs.
Yeah, let's try Honorable Themba Mliswa. Can you hear us in Harare there, Honorable Mliswa? Oh, he's not on. Honorable Mliswa, can you hear us? Yeah, his phone is on and his audio is on. I think maybe he's still trying to, fix the system there. But still, we've got Dr. Frenk Guni and Mr. Mlungisi Dube. So, Dr. Guni, looking at how the situation is in Zimbabwe, do you think that people are getting a fair share of what the government is supposed to do to them?
Well, there are two things. I certainly believe that the government could do a better coordination and also information dissemination. In any epidemic situation, one of the key factors that saves lives is public health education and health promotion. Without adequate information, people run the danger of listening to the wrong things and doing the wrong things. And also, it is also important to realize that at this juncture, the infection rate in Zimbabwe is still low. In other words, the people that are getting infected now, we won't be able to see the effect of those infections until 2 to 3 weeks from now. In about 2.5 weeks from now, people who were infected a little while back, you will start seeing a higher death rate, people dying. Once people begin to see a lot of their relatives and friends dying, that's when people will take it seriously, especially those people who are not taking heed of the call for social distancing. Once they start seeing a higher number of deaths or higher mortality rates, it will sink in people's heads that people are actually dying. Unfortunately, by that time, it will be too late because the epidemic will have spread so much throughout in the population. So it's imperative that people listen to consistent and correct public health education and public health information. And it's the inherent responsibility of the government to ensure that people are adequately informed and they have up-to-date information. And without that, we are going to have a serious problem. We have seen videos of people lining up, pushing each other in lines. We have seen videos of police arresting people without any protective measures for themselves, and the people there arresting. We have seen people being put in groups, being loaded in trucks like they are chicken. That is a recipe for disaster. It just takes one person with an infection to infect the entire truck and the entire police force that is involved in all this. The government must take this very seriously. This is a serious infection. It's killing people around the world, and we must take this very seriously.
Yes, Jonga, what Frenk Guni is saying is that people must take this coronavirus very seriously because it kills. Literally, he says, people maybe are waiting to see some bodies on the streets, and bodies in hospitals, bodies at home, and all those kind of places. But he says people must be careful. This thing kills. Yes.
Yes, vateereri tiri kunzwa Dr. Guni vari kutaurayo kuti vanhu vanofanira kutora neudzamu nyaya yekuti vange vasingafambe nekutapurirana chirwere cheCoronavirus kana COVID-19 ichi sezvo chiri chirwere chinouraya. Zvino ndofunga vamwe vari kutarisira kutanga vaona mitumbi mumigwagwa kuti vazoona kuti chinouraya, asi kufa kwemunhu umwe chete kana vaviri kurasikirwa kwakakura zvikuru kunyika. Saka tiri kuti the death of one or two still is a big loss to the nation. So people should try all their best to stay indoors and make sure that they are observing the safety regulations to make sure that they cannot be affected by this virus, Gibbs.
Yes, so I don't know whether Honorable Temba Mliswa can hear us now. He's not on there. Honorable Mliswa, can you hear me? I think maybe he joined the stream and forgot to come to the phone. I can see that maybe he has put the phone in his pocket. So that becomes a challenge. So anyways, we are the Baba Dube. Babu Dube, when I'm on one possibility, ubona ngazani ke kumele kwenzweni ukuzita abantu sibili babona ukuthi ya lapho umkhuhlane lo uyabulala ulokuthi ugcina sokubonakala izidumbu emgwaqweni, izidumbu endlini, izidumbu emamochwari, kumbe nxa sokunjalo phela abantu bafa njengempukane phela kuyahlupha. So kumele kwenziweni ukuzita abantu bebona ukuthi hayi lapha kunzima.
Ngibona imizamo eyenziwayo naleyi eyenziwa ngabantu abayichiyeneyo including i-government, civic society, the media kanye labantu nje at an individual level eyokuhambisa indaba ezimayelana le-COVID ukuthi abantu nxa betshengiswa ama-coffin okwenzakala kwezinye indawo ezinjengabo Italy, ezinjengabo America lamanye amazwe kuyayenza ukuthi abantu benanzelele ukuthi indaba leyi iyabulala, njalo lokuthi statistics nxa siqhubeka abantu besiba kwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani njengokuthi eSouth Africa ukuthi abantu bangaka sebefile laseZimbabwe, kuyayenza ukuthi abantu benanzelele ukuthi kakhulu nxa sinanzelela kwaqasa khona icorona kulabantu ababenza ukuthi abantu abamnyama bebona ngathi bona bangeke bebulawa umkhuhlane lo. So kwenza khona ukuthi abantu bebekwazi ukuthi kulabantu abafayo nesitudio eSouth Africa, kulabantu asebefile laseZimbabwe khona khona information enalena iyayenza ukuthi abantu benanzelele ukuthi labo sokungayenzakala ukuthi next time kungabe nguwe kumbe kungabe isihlobo sakho esizakufa.
Yes, yabona kulabantu abasilandelayo sibula abaningi lapha Jonga. So kulo Chiko Nyono uthi linjani Baba Dube labanye khonapho ku Studio 7. Ngibukele ngise South Africa eBrixton eJohannesburg. Qhubekani ngohlelo lolu siyaluthakazelela kakhulu. So uthi livakatshele lemakhaya phela ngoba lupane liveze okwenzakalayo khona ngale ngomkhuhlane lo weCoronavirus COVID-19. So Chico is saying we should go to the rural areas there, Jonga, and then tell people the story, of what is going on. So he's really urging us to keep on doing this kind of live stream, and he's saying that they are benefiting from some of these kind of programs. So now, Jonga, over to you.
Yes, Dube, ndinotarisira kuti pasi rose rine matanho ariri kutora akasimba ekuti pange pawanikwa mishonga inodzivirira. We understand that all these countries, there are efforts worldwide to have found a cure for this virus before it's too late. Maybe if Dr. Guni is listening, or if he can hear me, he can help us to update if there is any country that is close to coming up with a cure for this or a vaccine.
Yes, Guni, you can go ahead, and then we've got Pamela Pulu who will come after you. So go ahead.
So far, there are many countries that are testing vaccines. All the vaccines that are currently undergoing clinical trials are in their first phase. You need 3 phases in order to come up with the discernible data, which will determine whether those vaccines will be viable or the requisite efficacy rate in order to be considered for public health use. So far, there is no known vaccine that has worked. There are promising vaccines. Here in the United States, there are 6 vaccines that are very promising. They've worked well in vitro. That means in the laboratory, in the test tubes and so forth. And they are being tested in different settings and different groups of people. Many countries, including Japan, Russia, China itself, South Korea, many countries are testing these vaccines. Ultimately, let me emphasize this point. Ultimately, because this is a coronavirus, ultimately, the answer to this pandemic will be a vaccine. We are not going to see therapeutics helping people in the long term, because I guarantee you that this epidemic will come back at some point.
Yes, well done. Yes, well done, Jonga. Just 10 seconds, you can finish the Guni.
Yes, so it's important that we work on a vaccine, but most importantly, let's work on public health education and health promotion, and ensuring that all our public health workers are given the right equipment, the appropriate protective measures, so that they can save the world. Otherwise, we are in for a long time. And lastly, this is a coronavirus. It will come back at some point, most likely, just like the flu. And in the future, you can only respond to it by use of a vaccine. Therefore, we definitely need a vaccine in the long run. And hopefully, one of the vaccine trials will be viable enough.
Thank you so much. Now we're joined by Honorable Themba Mliswa, is the MP for Norton. Honorable Mliswa, welcome to the program. Can you hear us, Honorable Mliswa? I think he can hear us, but we cannot get any sound from him. So maybe yes.
He can check his mic if it's on.
Yeah, that's right. Is your mic on, Honorable Mliswa? You can check that. So I think we've got a slight challenge there. Can you cut out and come back, Honorable Mliswa? Then we'll try to see what we can do in order to join you. Yes, thank you so much. We also have a person that is in. Okay, can you hear me now, Honorable Mliswa? So he's trying to come in there. So we've got Pamela Pulu, who's a singer. She is based in Germany. So Pamela Pulu, she sings Afro jazz. So Pamela, how are you?
Yeah, hi, Gibbs. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, we are very fine. So tell us a bit about what is happening in Germany down there in terms of COVID-19.
Yeah, in Germany it's also the same thing like in most countries. I mean, we are also on a lockdown, and yeah, but at least we can go out and do some sport or something like that, and go to supermarkets, and yeah, doctors are also open, some of them. Yeah, we've been on a lockdown for over 3 weeks now. So the government was promising that maybe after the Easter holidays things will be a little bit better in a way, but we're not sure right now. So, and the thing is, in Germany, we have like over 127,000 infected people, but the good news is that we also have over 52,000 people who have recovered from the coronavirus, and 3,022 who have died. So we still hope that even those who are infected, maybe there's a chance for them to recover, so yeah.
Okay, that's great. Jonga, do you have a question for her, but maybe about his shows?
No, I didn't even hear what she was saying.
What you are saying.
I can't hear her.
Okay, what you are saying is that there are so many people that are having this coronavirus in Germany. Okay,
yeah, we have, yeah, exactly, over 127,000, almost getting to 128,000.
Yes, and then in terms of your own shows, Pamela, all the shows are stopped. What's going on now?
Yeah, there are no shows going on in Germany right now. I mean, everything has been cancelled, and it's very uncertain because we don't know when anything will get normal. We don't know. We can't plan anything at the moment, so we don't know whether it's gonna be next year that we can be able to do shows. We are not sure, so it's just kind of worried, of course, because you can't just plan anything right now. All people do right now is go live and try and sing live, so that's what's happening.
So are you saying that there's no money, nothing coming to you these days?
No, at the moment there is no income right now. Of course, there is some organizations for artists, and they try also to gather some money for art, and usually it has to be shared among all the artists, so it's not really a big amount where you think you can survive on that one.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pamela, for joining the show. We'll call you again on Friday where you are going to perform live here. So
okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you, Gibbs. Yeah.
Okay, so you can cut us out from there. All the best. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. So cut out from the yes. So now we've got we still have got Mlungisi Dube and Dr. Frenk Guni, who are our guests, and we're trying to get hold of Mr. Honorable Temba Mliswa. So we'll try by all means to get him, because he's one guy who is really infuriated about what is happening in Zimbabwe. Over to you, Jonga.
Yes, and also Honorable Mliswa is trying his best to make sure that people observe the 6 feet apart, and that's the social distancing, and also the campaigns, the education. People is to be educated on this, and he's doing a lot. We've seen him going around his constituents trying to mobilize for resources, and at the same time educating people on that. That is something that is encouraging from an honorable member of parliament. And Mr. Dube, many people look up at civic organizations for information and all these other things. Are you being allowed to disseminate information on this pandemic?
Yes, civic society and media organizations are allowed to disseminate.
Yes, I can hear him, Jonga. Yes.
Oh, he's talking. I can't hear him.
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, civic society and media organizations are still allowed to operate. They are disseminating the information to their various stakeholders. And in Bulawayo, for example, there is a consortium of civic society organizations and business organizations that have come together to say, I'm for Bulawayo. They are planning to operate Ekusileni so that there is an additional center for COVID-19 victims and patients.
So now, Jonga, what he's saying is that civil society organizations are playing a critical role in terms of disseminating information. So he says there is what is called I Am for Bulawayo. It's a consortium. They want to revive Ekusileni Hospital. The hospital that was set up by the late Vice President Joshua Nkomo. So it's a hospital that is very big, and they are saying it can be a center for coronavirus COVID-19. So all those kind of things, civil society organizations can disseminate that information. So now I think he actually responded to your question there. Kodwa ke Dube ngasikhangele baba ngesibhedlela senesi esekusileni kambe siyasetshenziswa kumbe kuyagcina kusekelwa nje kuthiwa hayi sizamile kodwa ngoba ngwankomo?
Okwamanje bona ngathi sokuyenziwa amalungiselelo sibile aphambili atshengisa ukuthi nxa ukuthi coronavirus isifikile sokulabantu abagula lumkhuhlane kuyabe kungasela ngendlela ngaphandle kokubana isibhedlela sene sisetshenziswe. Esingabe sesikwesabela ukuthi singazi ukuthi nxa icorona sidlulile sizaqhubeka sisetshenziswa yini ukubana sisiza abantu ababulawa ngeminye imikhuhlane engasoso corona.
Kodwa ke nxa sikhangela ke isibhedlela selesi siyakwazi ukuthi sayakhwa kudala. Okwenza ukuthi vele bangasebenzisi khathesi kuyini?
Lathi kuyasimangalisa njengabantu bonke abahlala eZimbabwe kumbe lakobulawayo ukubana kungani lesi sibhedlela singasetshenziswa. Lapho ngukutsho ukubona ukuthi mhlawumbe ngenxa yepolitics zeZimbabwe ezokudonselana emuva kuyiyo indlela okwenza ukuthi isibhedlela sesicine singasebenzi. Njalo sesikhangelela ukuthi ensukwini zenezi eziphelileyo vele uhulumende weZimbabwe njengabo uhulumende bamanye amazwe eAfrica kade beyazakala ngokuthi esingathi ukuthi bekhalale kumbe bengabi lokunaka i-public health system, ukuthi khathesi sengabe sebefoswa yicorona esibatshengisa ukuthi ithuba lokubaleka beyelatshwa kubo China lakwamanye amazwe alisekho ngenxa yokuthi omunye lomunye sokumele latshwe elizweni la.
Yes, so Jonga, what Dube is saying is very interesting. He talked about excellent, saying this is the best way of actually reviving hospitals in Zimbabwe and Africa in general, because we have leaders who go to China, who go to South Africa when they're ill, but people remain at home, facing so many problems. So he's saying maybe it's a blessing in disguise that there is this disease, but I'm not saying it's a good disease. So I don't know whether Guni can react to that, but over to you, Jonga.
Able to maintain these hospitals, say, post-COVID-19.
Yeah, so your question is, are the people going to be able to maintain them?
Yes, the hospitals, because most of the, like what we see, we saw last week, the government took over clinics from local authorities and rural councils, which means that people will be expecting that the government will continue maintaining those hospitals in the event that the COVID-19 is gone, or even if they send them back or hand them back to councils, those clinics will continue to work, including these hospitals that are being renovated or spruced up to match the COVID-19 requirements, the coronavirus requirements. Is the government going to maintain those facilities? That's a big question, because many people are complaining that the government is failing to maintain those few hospitals that are already there.
There you are, Dr. Guni, you can take that one.
Thank you. I think it's an important observation, and I believe this is an excellent opportunity for our government to then reprioritize its resources and make sure that public health is a priority. There is no reason why Zimbabwe, a country with so much infrastructure, shouldn't be able to treat basic common infections, and we don't need medical tourism whereby our leaders go to South Africa or go to other countries. Instead, they should look at this as an opportunity to reinvest and redirect resources to ensure that beyond COVID-19, the medical facilities in Zimbabwe maintain top-notch standards and Zimbabweans receive the best possible health care that any nation can provide. This is a crucial element in our society. And I think Zimbabweans themselves should start demanding that the standards that we are seeing now should be even higher than what we are seeing the government doing, sprucing up facilities to rural health centers, district health centers, and these picked up areas in urban centers.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Guni, but I think you can recap that in Shona, just 30 seconds to say exactly what you're saying.
Tingati uyu mukana wakanaka wekuti hurumende yedu ione kuti ma resources anoiswa kuhutano nokuda kwechirwere cheCovid-19 taona kuti zvipatara zvingava zvekumaruwa kana zvemumadhorobha zviri kushambidzwa. Tinoona kuti mukana wakanaka wekuti hurumende iindise mari yakawanda kuutano. Hatidi kuzonzwa kuti vakuru vedu vari kubuda munyika vachienda kunorapwa kune dzimwe nyika. Vanofanira kuisa mari muzvipatara zvemuZimbabwe, kuisa mari muvashandi veutano kuitira kuti vaite basa ravo, vane zvikwanisiro zvakakwana, zvipatara zvedu zvichiva zvinokwanisa kurapa zvirwere zvakawanda zviri kurapwa kunze kwenyika, nekuti tine infrastructure, tine ruzivo, chinongodiwa chete kuti ma-resources aiswe in the right place so that Zimbabwe can take care of itself.
Thank you so much. Baba Dube usungagqiba khonapo utsho lokuthi izibhedlela lezi njengombuzo kaJonga lapho ukuthi izibhedlela zelezi okumele zilungise iThorn Grove kuzobuya ekusileni nxa ukuthi sokwenzakele konke lokho uhulumende uzayenelisa yini ukuthi zihlale zikucondition leyo eziyigogona?
Yeah, uhulumende ama-citizens ayedinga ukuthi eyale pressurize uhulumende ngokuthi uhulumende nxa ukuthi akafake ama-resources ezibhedlela utshengisa ukuthi yabenganaki impilo zethu njengezizalwane kumbe abantu ababo. Njalo eminyakeni eyadlulayo kusiyafika around the late 90s kusiya ku-early 2000 sibe sinanzelela ukuthi i-health care eZimbabwe ibisebenza. So ngokufananayo kuthi ukuthi ama-resources anala sangatholakala ukuthi i-health care iyale isebenza. Imali zenezi ezisetshenziswa uhulumende ukuthenga izimota zabo lokwenza ezinye izinto, imali okumele ihanjiswe kumpilakahle yabantu kaZulu eZimbabwe.
Yeah, your last word, Dr. Guni. We see that our time is up. Just 10 seconds.
Ndingati vanhu vemuZimbabwe tererai nyanzi dzeutano, musaite gunda musaira rokuti ndongobuda kunze ndione kuti vanondiita sei, nokuti unofa ndiwe. Kana chirwere chauya pauri haisi hurumende inofa, anorwara vachatambudzika ndiwe nehama dzako. Garai kumba muterere kurudziro yokuti muzvidzivirire, uye tinodawo kuti hurumende yedu irambe ichishanda nesu nekuona kuti vese vanoshanda muutano vapiwa zvikwanisiro, vapiwa mbatya dzekuzvidzivirira mukurwisa chirwere ichi, uye zvipatara zvedu zvawana zvikwanisiro, ingava mishonga, angava mishina yekuongororesa ma-testing kits, kuitira kuti nyika yedu isarasikirwe nevanhu vakawanda.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Frenk Guni. I think we've come to the end of our program. Please note that this is a pre-recorded show because we're operating from our homes because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we wish to say thank you so much to our guests, Dr. Frenk Guni and Mr. Mlungisi Dube, who is a civic society leader in Bulawayo. We also wish to thank all those people who joined us tonight on Studio 7 Live Talk. Signing off is UGibbs Dube in Washington, Maryland, saying goodbye. Jonga.
And I'm Jonga Kandemiiri, signing off from Silver Spring, Maryland. Good night.